I'm Michelle Solomon. I'm a creative consultant and illustrator, and I wanted to talk to you about how to hire an illustrator. This is a great video for those looking to hire an illustrator and illustrators who are looking to start off on their first job. So what are the 5 things you need to know? Think about what you want and define your creative brief. Having a well-defined creative brief is a good way to start off right with your illustrator and make sure that you get the work done that you want. If you say I want a drawing of a flower, but you don't specify which type of flower or what color, then you may have unmet expectations when your illustrator returns a flower that is not the color or type of flower that you were expecting. So outlining a creative brief in as much detail as possible will help you get the artwork you are looking for. Number 2, how to seek out an illustrator and look at their work. You can ask for recommendations from other businesses. You can go on Instagram, you can go on other portfolio sites. There are illustrators on Pinterest. They are all over the internet. Fiverr is another one. The way that you're going to choose your illustrator is by looking at their work, looking at their portfolio, and seeing which looks like it's a good match for the work that you are doing. If you don't have a high budget, you probably want to go with an illustrator that doesn't have a lot of experience. If you need a really professional job, you want to make sure that their work is up to that quality. Which brings me to number 3. Another thing to look at when you're hiring an illustrator is, have they done that work before? Do they have recent clients? Do they have reviews? Are they sharing their work consistently? Because all of these things will tell you that they can probably deliver on time, they probably know what they're doing, and that kind of thing. I don't want to tell you never take a risk on an illustrator who doesn't have that kind of work in their portfolio, because you can get really good work that way. But just be aware, if it's not something they've done before, that they're trying something new for you, and that it will be new for both of you perhaps. The next thing to do when hiring an illustrator is reach out to them and make a contract. So you're going to agree on a price. You can go back and forth with that, and then you want to draw up a contract. A lot of people are really resistant to this idea because, I don't know, I guess it's work to draw up a contract and they don't want to offend the other party, but a contract protects both the business and the illustrator. In your contract, you can put the type of work that you want, list your creative brief, list the time and the deadlines that you need it by. This is very important because some of the price determination is based on these deadlines. Also list what file types you need, because that's important, and you want to pay attention to number of revisions and the cost for additional revisions. This is a good way to protect yourself and your illustrators so that you're not asking them for 20 revisions and they're really frustrated, and they're also not saying, well, that's it, if you don't like it, tough luck. Having a set number of revisions in your contract protects you both and makes for a great working relationship where you both know what to expect and there's no hard feelings when you might need one of those revisions. The next part of hiring an illustrator is stick to your contract. A lot of times people will go off contract and say, oh, well, I need this additional work, or I need additional revisions. Then you need to add that into your contract. If you ask for more, you should expect to pay more. If you need source files, if you need to be able to license it commercially. We haven't really talked about licensing here, and we can get into that in another video, but there's a difference between something that the illustrator owns that you get to use and something that you own that they don't get to use for future products. So there can be a price difference between that, and that's something you want to discuss with your illustrator, is usage rights. These are all things to research, but I hope that this gave you a little bit of help on how to hire an illustrator. If you need a contract, there are a number of sites online where you can find drafts of contracts and just put it together yourself. And if you need an illustrator, you can find the link to my portfolio below, and if that's not what you're looking for, I am happy to help refer you out to somebody else. So drop me a message in the comments if this was helpful for you, and I can't wait to see what you all create. If you need a contract, there are a number of sites online where you can find drafts of contracts and just put it together yourself. And if you need an illustrator, you can find the link to my portfolio below, and if that's not what you're looking for, I am happy to help refer you out to somebody else. So drop me a link in the comments if this was helpful. So drop me a message in the comments if this was helpful for you, and I can't wait to see what you all create.